Hello, and welcome to UT Austin. My name is Jeff Mayo, and I'm the director of the First Year Experience Office, home of the Transfer Year Experience Program, or TYE. We are so excited for you to join the Longhorn family. I have the privilege of working with transfer students every day and see how they are some of the hardest working and resilient students who have so much Longhorn pride. But transfer students do have unique needs: transfer credit, meeting the academic rigor of UT courses, finding your place on campus. In this session, we will cover the resources and programs that have proven to have immediate and long-lasting impacts on transfer student success. Before we talk about those resources, it might be helpful for you to know more about what it means to be a transfer student at UT Austin. First, with over 2,000 students who transferred here this past year, transfers account for nearly 1 in 5 new students. Transfers are not a small minority on campus, but a significant part of the student body. They are involved in all aspects of campus life. In fact, a recent student government president, Cameron Goodman, was a transfer student. Second, transfer is a selective process. In fact, the admission rate for transfer students is around 30%, which is on par with the admission rate for first-time and college students. So you deserve to be here. Lastly, transfer students are more likely to be first-generation college students and more likely to have financial need than first-time and college students, which add to the unique needs of our transfer population. Last year, transfers earned 1 in 4 degrees conferred by the university. This means that transfer students are succeeding. But when transfer students do not participate in the supportive communities that we'll outline in this presentation, we know 2 things are true. They see dip in GPA in their first semester, and they take longer to graduate. This doesn't have to be the case for you. Let's talk about how UT Austin supports transfer Longhorns. The TYE program started in the summer of 2015 after a group of student Senate representatives saw all the great support offered to first-time and college students that transfer students were unable to access. In particular, these students saw the need to help new transfer students make the adjustment to academic life at UT Austin. Though our office focuses on your academic success, we know that you can't succeed in your courses if you haven't made the social connections and found your place at UT. So you'll see our programs help you all around with making your way at UT. Let's start with our transfer year interest groups, or TRIGs. These are learning communities of no more than 20 transfer students who take 1 to 3 courses together in their first semester. Your seat in these courses is reserved, so when you go to register for courses, you will know for sure you have a seat in your TRIG courses. Once a week, you will meet with just your TRIG group with a peer mentor and staff facilitator. The mentor is a transfer student, most likely from your major, who successfully made the transition to UT and has tons of great tips, resources, and positivity to share with you. Your facilitator is a staff member, usually an academic advisor for your major or college, who will help guide you through your first semester and help you get the most out of your time at UT. The best part is we know that TRIGs work. If you participate in a TRIG, you are more likely to graduate in 3 years than transfer students not in a TRIG. On average, TRIG students have stronger first semester GPAs and avoid the transfer shock to their grades. So what does this really look like? Here's one example of a TRIG. The students in the TRIG are the burnt orange dots. You see that on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, they all take an economic statistics course together with about 30 other students. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, they all take a course on ancient Rome with about 100 other students. This course also has a Friday discussion section with just the TRIG students. Then on Wednesdays, the TRIG students meet with their peer mentor and staff facilitator to find out about campus and Austin resources, learn strategies to become more effective and efficient learners, and just take some time to bond as a group. This social aspect is so important to TRIGs. We hear from many students that they meet their roommates or best friends through their TRIGs. Here's a video that helps bring this idea to life.
Coming to this university was really big. It's really easy to feel like a number.
I've never been to Austin before, so just getting accustomed to new city, new life, new school, new people, new everything. It was pretty hard altogether.
My transfer students are not freshmen. These students come in with 3.5 plus GPAs. They come in from the military. These people know how to study and they are disciplined. They need a support group. They need a community because coming into a place like UT is extremely difficult. You come in feeling like you're alone even though you're surrounded by 50,000 students. So a TRIG is a transfer year interest group. which provides classes for first-year students to attend together, as well as a weekly seminar in order to help the students become better acclimated to UT, as well as growing together as a community through outside things such as attending games together or any sort of social events.
TRIGs help students integrate into the university community by giving them a network right away of students who have similar interests as them, who have the same major as them, if not very similar. It gives them a chance to have the same classes with those students so that when they go to class they have one to either sit with or study with. So it gives them that network right away of feeling that they're able to make friends here at UT.
So even though I was placed in a trig, it never felt like a burden on my week. It was something I always looked forward to be able to connect with my peers, and I always looked forward to what our mentor had to bring to class that day.
My trig has helped me become more of a member of the Longhorn community by really making me feel like I have a place here and that I can leave my mark here at UT.
In addition to a trig tied to your major, an interdisciplinary trig might be a good option for you. These enroll students from across campus and typically include courses that fulfill core curriculum and/or college or degree requirements. Keep this option in mind, especially if your college's trig offerings are not a good fit with your transfer credit, or if you are a student in a college or school that does not offer a trig. We have exclusive trig options for non-traditional students. Perhaps you are a few or even not so few years older than your peers, or you're a veteran or a parent. This is a great option for you. Two biggest differences in these trigs is that they are not tied to other courses, so they can fit into any degree plan, and there's no conflict with transferred course credit. And the content is tailored to the needs of students on a non-traditional path to a degree. Review your NTS trig options when you meet with your advisor. A few tips to keep in mind as you consider your trig options. Ask your academic advisor about which trig option is best for you. You will cover a lot of ground in your advising appointment, so make sure to make it known you're interested in exploring your trig options. You may be able to choose between a college-based, interdisciplinary, or non-traditional student trig. Once you decide on a trig, your advisor will provide you with a 5-digit reservation number beginning with 98. You must use this reservation number to register for your trig before you register for your other courses. If you have any trouble with your 98 number, you should reach out to your academic advisor or to the TYE program at tye@austin.utexas.edu. For more information on trigs, visit ugs.utexas.edu/TYE/trig. And keep an eye out for an email from the TYE office in the coming days. Another opportunity to connect with transfer peers in class is your signature course. Whereas the trig is a learning community in which students meet throughout the week in courses and in seminar with their mentor, your signature course is a single course that you can choose to take with other transfer students. The signature course is part of the core curriculum, which most transfer students at UT still need to complete. Just as the name suggests, it is a signature component of the UT Austin undergraduate experience. These courses are taught by distinguished faculty, are interdisciplinary in nature, and introduce students to the academic rigor on campus. Unlike other schools that have a course like this in a student's final semester, UT designed the signature course for the first year on campus to connect students to these top faculty and challenge students to think critically across disciplines right away. One of the first things we heard from transfer students when we started in 2015 was that they loved their signature courses, the topics and instructors were great, but it was odd being in a class with all freshmen. Now we offer transfer-only signature courses exclusively to our transfer population. Not only do students enjoy them and learn from one another, the faculty have found transfer students to be more prepared and ask deeper questions than freshmen. One faculty member said it was more like teaching a graduate student course than undergraduate. As you can gather from the quotes on this slide, students in these courses have appreciated the opportunity to learn from one another and see that they are not the only ones who are working through the adjustment to campus. We offer a range of topics for signature courses. Basically, faculty are told to teach the courses they've always wanted to teach. So we have courses like the healer-patient relationship, young people and drugs, and the Beatles and beyond. This is a great chance to dive into a topic that you've always found interesting or a completely new topic that piques your interest. You can find a list of transfer-only signature courses available this semester by visiting ugs.utexas.edu/TYE/T6. A few tips to keep in mind if you plan to take your signature course this semester. In addition to the courses listed on the previous slide, you can register yourself for any UGS 302 or 303 listed as open on the course schedule. If you see restricted to first-year students, don't worry. This includes you because you're in your first year at UT. If you do not register for a signature course, or if you do not get a seat in one of your options, please know that seats will open throughout the add drop period. Plus, we'll have thousands of seats next semester offered in our signature courses. Please note that after your first year on campus, you will not be able to register yourself for a signature course. We'll only be able to take a UGS 303, and we'll need to contact our office to register. If you believe that you are core complete from another Texas public college or university, or have taken an equivalent course at UT San Antonio, UT El Paso, Texas A&M International, or St. Edward's University, talk to your advisor to confirm that you have fulfilled the signature course requirement.
A quick note that is so important for new transfer students. It is crucial for you to understand what core curriculum work you've already earned, whether you are core complete or not, and how to earn flags without taking extra courses. These are questions our office receives all the time. Make sure to take time with those sections of this orientation module and know how to get your individual questions answered before you register for courses. You can learn more at ugs.utexas.edu/core and ugs.utexas.edu/flags/students. The final resources that I want to introduce you to are your fellow transfer students. Over and over again, students tell us that they have learned a helpful bit with transfer advice or found their home at UT by meeting other transfer students or students with shared life experiences. I strongly encourage you to find these groups on social media and connect with them this semester to get plugged into a peer network right away. Many of these groups have socials, study nights, professional development events, mentorship programs, and online resources for their members. Learn from the students who were in your shoes just a year or two ago. UT Austin is so glad to have you as a new Longhorn this semester. As a transfer student myself, and getting to work with transfer students every day, I see firsthand how it's not just what starts here that changes the world. It's those who transfer here who change the world. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions as you transition to UT Austin. You can reach the Transfer Your Experience program at TYE@austin.utexas.edu or find us online at uds.utexas.edu/TYE. Follow our Facebook page at Texas TYE for more information about events and programs on campus throughout the year. Thanks for watching and welcome.